Attention, please. Please. This shit here feels like the whole entire world collapse.
Coming in from Central Cali today, fellas. Coach Camino.
Hey.
MOP now. What you want now?
You guys know when you see Gamino with his headphones on in the tournament?
That's me.
Going nuts.
Getting ready to coach up a storm.
There we go. When he's not smiling, you know what he's listening to.
What number are we on, Ramos? 20?
Oh, God, 20. We're on there. I got to count them again. I'm not going to lie. I lost count. I stopped counting. I don't know. Nobody cares. I'll go back and renumber them all. How's everybody going? How's everybody doing?
Pretty good, man. Just,
You guys look pretty comfy, dude. Gamino's got the setup. I look like a homeless encampment out here if I had Josh's beard. Gamino's got the life, though. Look at that. He's got the chair. He's like ready to rock.
Yeah, man. We got a little setup out here because, my brother does YouTube and stuff. So, freaking, I get to sit in his chair for a while. You know
I think we know we're doing the podcast during the state tournament, guys. After every day, we go to Gamino's house.
Hey, it's here in town, man.
It's right there. I'll be sleeping on your couch anyways, so it doesn't matter. Or in the doghouse, one or the other.
Hey, it's there, Richard's house. I know Richard's always renting out rooms.
I know, but you can't let him watch your dog.
Dangerous.
Oh, no. Dangerous.
Heck yeah. He'll take him swimming.
Meanwhile, Ramirez over there looking like he's at that salsa and beer right now. The picture frame in the background. Yeah.
Toro.
If you guys ever go to a tournament or go see some city section wrestling, you got to stop at salsa and beer. If you can get a table, but you better call Ramirez an hour ahead of time. That place is amazing. That place is phenomenal. It is
really 5 minute to hour and a half wait.
Oh.
Yeah. It's insane. Every time you go to it, I got there at 11. Still waited a half hour. It's crazy.
Yep.
And you got
sometimes the bar is probably like the best place to try to, squeeze in.
Pick up a guy.
Okay. What kind of podcast this is?
You got Ryback out there. Wow, I'd like to say the OC, but he's on the eastern part of the OC.
Yeah.
I actually drove.
I'm on the poor side of OC.
Is there? Not in Santa Ana. Well, come on now. Better pretend. Trying to pretend like he's hood. Santa Ana's got some nice areas, though. Go to Tustin area. But I rode through your area today, Josh. I had to go out to Ramona to deliver some warm-ups.
Hey, thanks for the call.
It's 4 a.m, dude. I didn't know if you're as awake as I am at that time. Figured you'd be driving somewhere. Didn't want to bother you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stop by either, get shot. Your neighbors think I'm trying to rob your house or mow the lawn too early. Anyhow, good wrestling this weekend. Gamino, you took a little bit of a drive, didn't you?
Yeah, we took a nice little 4.5 hour drive up to Rockland for the Women's West Coast TOC, and it was pretty good out there, man. I mean, like I mentioned earlier off screen, competition was there, man. Like, there's a lot of state qualifiers, a few state placers that really got our attention. I saw a few people that should have been wrestling that weren't wrestling out there too. That's pretty interesting. You know what I mean?
What was the team count? About how many teams?
That actually showed up about 66, I think.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah. And then Walnut rolled up in there and ended up taking first at that tournament. So good on them, shout out to them. They did the thing. And we got a good look at a lot of those northern section teams out there that we wouldn't normally see if we spend our time down here in the south. Did get to see a little guy out there by the name of Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Poor you guys didn't have to deal with it. I can see Mario out there. There's the team results right here. I'm showing them on the screen right now. So Walnut won it. Albany second by 3.5 points. Del Oro 125. San Dimas edging out Golden Valley for fifth, and Newark Memorial.
Yep.
Logan Reed, Ukiah, and Chavez Stockton coming in the top 10. So, interesting. Any hammers that really stood out to you?
Let's see who was there. There was this one girl from Walnut that was like crazy good. I think she was at 106. I can't remember her name, but
Justine Brado.
yeah, her.
She's tough.
She was a little
She
monster.
took second, right?
I believe so. Yeah, she lost to a girl from Davis. And yeah, that bracket for us was a little rough because my 107 pounder was weighing 102. You know what I mean? Her and my 101 pounder kind of interchange weights all the time. So, you know, it was her luck of the draw to go bump up this time. And she had a decent seating, but, you know, got caught, you know, bleeding all over the place from her nose and stuff.
Yeah, you guys got the number 2 seeds. That's pretty good coming in.
Yeah, but
then
that girl from James Logan, man, she was tough.
Yeah, Logan's got a tough program. Flores does a good job out there. Then Turner came in through that side of the bracket. Then Barreto beat Ortiz in the semis, it looks like. So I'm showing the screen right now. There was another matchup, too, that I was kind of looking at that I was impressed with. Walnut had a 1-on-1, too, that was pretty tough, right? Also?
Yeah, and that girl's like barely 100 pounds.
Yeah, she's a little scrapper.
Yeah, she made it to the semis. And then
lost to Rodriguez. And Rodriguez had a burner with the slam girl.
Yeah. That girl, man, was something. We wrestled her in the quarters and just kind of rocked our girl, man. She was we got teched there, I believe.
Yeah, 429, 17-0, huh? Oof, she came in heavy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's impressive. She beat Lizette too in the finals. That's pretty tough.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Walnut's got a tough team this year, so pretty interesting. There's Ochoa won it at 112 over Serrano from Rodriguez. Let's see here, 17. Oh, who is this? Is this a swamp monster? Oh no, wait. I wish we could ask Mario, but he never comes on anymore. He's always busy. I think he's too busy misspelling singlets.
Mercury was all over her.
Oh, is she a Type Mercury now? I thought Mario was claiming her. Now
I think Mario's claiming her, but I think Titan Mercury's all over her.
I think I saw him post that she was one of the monsters.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I don't know who was in the corner. I guess that's a question.
Not Mario, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe. I don't know.
I think her brother's in her corner usually, right?
I think that's what I remember, but I just figured Mario might be, sitting on the side, shotgun. Let's see here. Then, but Soto's tough, super tough. Let's see here. What do we got at 22s? Lopez from Folsom took out. No,
she didn't take. She didn't take her out. She defaulted.
What happened there? Did you see anything, Camino, that you could notice with Charlotte? Is she okay?
No, I didn't get a chance to see that match. I was busy coaching some JV girls that on the side and stuff, but I thought she had gone and wrestled it. I thought she got hurt there, but
during the match?
I could be wrong though.
Was there a lead at any point, maybe?
I heard she didn't wrestle it, but she hurt her ankle in the semis, is what I heard.
Interesting.
But because otherwise it would show default, or it should. Not a forfeit.
Not a forfeit, yeah.
Well, the way they were running it though, like if someone was injured and they wanted to forfeit out of the tournament, like they had them forfeit right there at the table, not at the head table where they would show a default. Yeah, because that happened to us at one of our weights, and they just told me to or forfeit them at the table.
Okay. I'm just kind of going through the weights so everybody can kind of see who won what. Garrity of Fremont won 144 over the Albany girl. Clee. Let's see here. 51. Ooh, Fridas. Fridas is on the map.
She got OW upper weights.
Dude, well, let's see here. She got a 4-minute pin, 41-second pin, 27-second pin, 28-second pin, minute 19-second pin. Those are pretty good credentials. I could go with that. Another Tide Mercury claimee. We all know her, though. She's been winning titles forever. Let's see here. Girl from Bell. Let's see, major decision. What Bell is that? It's a remember is that one of your girls? Yelena Makoya?
No.
Must be we all know the city don't go up that far. Wasn't Birmingham supposed to be here?
Yeah, they were supposed to. And this never showed up.
I think they're at Western this weekend. That's why. Piera from Newark Memorial. Who did she beat? Vasquez from Stag. You know, it'll be interesting because I know there was somebody that was really pumping this tournament up as being the tournament, maybe even rivaling Napa. It'll be interesting to see if Napa tops this. I'm not dogging this tournament by any stretch, but I don't know necessarily if the depth's there to take over Napa.
I think they had like the volume, but maybe not the depth.
No, Napa's got bigger brackets than this, I think.
Yeah, but I'm just
semis. Lost to the eventual winner. Beat Jasmine Clark in the finals. That's a good win.
Yeah, definitely.
And then heavyweights, since Monroe wouldn't make the drive, those two weight classes. Who won that? Okay.
Who won it?
Heidelberg.
She did?
Yeah. She beat Boyd in the semis. Bullard in the finals. Bullard went down in the semis, huh? I like Macy Bullard. Give me I like her.
Yeah, she's tough, man. And for a heavyweight, she hits level changes like any other 101 pounder.
That's good.
Yep.
Let's see here. Awesome. That's that tournament. And then, of course, you had Josh, do you have the results for the Western tournament? I know Drury was there. I know Birmingham went there.
I haven't been able to find them. They're not on the forum yet, at least that I was able to find.
Yeah, hopefully we can get those. I went over to the tournament because they had a JV tournament. Coach Byers is the man. Just supporting. They had our banner up still.
So from what I heard, they had I think I read like 175 wrestlers. They were out by 4:00. I mean, that's perfect JV experience. Have kind of full brackets, good matches, get out. Parents are easing into the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he did a great job. They were pretty close to 16-year-old brackets, a lot of the weight classes. It was good. Northview was there with their JV girls. Who else did I see there? San Clemente was there. All the Orange County schools were there, so that was good. Were you guys off this weekend?
Did you guys see that? Who, us?
Yeah, you and Ramirez.
Yeah,
we were supposed to go to TOC, but re-injured.
Well, made it the second round, didn't she? I thought I just saw that right now. She made the second round.
She was in the brackets, but somehow stayed in there. We didn't show up, and
you didn't break your zip code, and you managed to make the second round. That's pretty impressive. Yeah. Well, I had heard, and this is just what I heard. People always given their what weight class was she? 111, 117.
Yeah, 111.
111. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Holy smokes! Okay, hang on. I'm gonna present it.
Wow.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, I don't know how it happens, but it does, I guess.
If I would have known that, we would have gone like 101s.
There you go. See, Rybeck. Kayla Rybeck. She's 0-2 at the current moment, but she made it to the second round. Congrats on her first win of the season.
She hasn't even wrestled this season. That stupid All-Star match is the only match she's wrestled.
But she didn't win that one? She's 0-2. What happened?
No, she won that match. That's only like the track record for the tournament.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a little tricky. Okay, so anyhow, so she was 1-0. Probably could have been the 1 seed, so she's undefeated. If she sits out the whole season at Esperanza, she might be able to be the 1 seed, undefeated.
Yeah. Like a 4 or 5.
Yeah. But and then Ramirez, you guys are off too this weekend?
Yeah, I couldn't get. I had some family stuff that I had to take care of to put down some dogs. Pretty sad, man. But had to take care of that over the weekend.
That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah.
Well then I guess you guys fall into the category of like missing girls, like wrestlers we haven't seen this year so far. So because there's a couple girls we haven't seen yet. I don't know if it's due to transfers or what. Like I know like Heaven Jerez has been out. A really sad note, the girl from Paramount that won the Southern section last year and placed in state, she's done. She just doesn't want to wrestle anymore.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, saw her parents. Her mom just posted.
Isn't Heaven on a 30-day sit?
Yeah, she is because she transferred to Westminster. So she's on 30-day sit right now. So, but yeah, so that was kind of a hit. So you got the top 2 girls in the Southern section out right now. That's kind of wide open at that weight class.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is missing? Oh, Amet Elor. Haven't seen her anywhere. I can't wait to see where she ends up.
Only place she's wrestled Japan so far that I've seen.
It's the only one worthy, son. You better recognize. Elor's got a last name comes with a lot of weight, so that should be fun. Oh yeah, Josh, you mentioned that Menlo won the women's TOC. How'd they look? I wonder. Did you guys happen to see any of those?
Yeah, I sure did, man. And they have some power behind it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, I mean, other than Gracie and them. I know there's
Precious Bell's there.
Mm-hmm.
They got some hammers there. They got some hammers at Menlo.
Yeah, one of my alum got a chance to wrestle against one of the Menlo girls, and she, I think she took it to like maybe it went 10-6 or something like that, and it was it was definitely they're tough. They're definitely tough this year, and I see why they can take the national tournament as a team this year.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of open thing right now. Not anybody that I think is head and shoulders above. I know Emmanuel was there too. They got a tough team. So if Menlo won it, Emmanuel was there. That says a lot about how good Menlo really is because Link does a great job.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be interesting to see how that goes out. But yeah, wrestlers in your area that you haven't seen yet. Anybody in your area? We'll start with the city section.
Yeah, she's not a city section, but I haven't seen Osteen.
Oh, she's wrestling JV. She wrestled JV boys.
Yeah, JV boys.
Okay. So she's still not showing up so most likely she'll show up next weekend somewhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking to Dad. They're gonna just be a little bit selective with the girl side. There's a little bit of a gap. She's trying to get some work in, trying to get a little better. So, yeah, she's trying to work that. One of those girls that they're the outliers where that they really need to go to that boy side to get the reps in. So deal with that strength. But
trying to get her to come to the Esperanza tournament. Hopefully, we'll see. Trying to get somebody big to come in there and wrestle her is what I'm trying to do. But
that would be good. A couple people we could probably get on the phone with, get them in there.
Yeah.
What about you, Gamino? Up in there in the central?
Big. Well, actually, 2 from Selma that I haven't seen anywhere. The big one, Michaela. She was 2-time section champion with us at Selma, and she's nowhere to be found. I don't think she's wrestling this year. And then Mariah, I know.
Michaela who? This for people who don't know.
Michaela. Oh man, what's her last name?
Weight class? Any chance?
Heavyweights. She's
heavyweight.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then Morales, she transferred back to Sanger, didn't she?
Yeah, but I think she's having trouble getting cleared because I think she has to get approved by both schools, and knowing Selma, they're taking everything with a grain of salt and probably not letting her. You know what I mean? Yeah, because
it's all good if you're transferring in, but if you're transferring out, we're gonna hold it up.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of rough considering there's people this year that are transferring to other schools that are. It would be kind of crappy if one got the transfer and the other didn't, but we don't know the dynamics of that. But it on the outside would appear to be kind of a rough thing to do to a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, as for the central section, that's kind of all. Everyone's coming back. There's a lot of new people popping up out of nowhere. Clovis is starting to pop up with girls, and so is Buchanan, and there are no jokes out there, man. They're definitely no jokes.
No easy matches. No easy matches.
No, definitely not.
Anybody seen Cristal wrestle the girls yet?
Cristal.
101, I think Rodriguez.
Oh, from
Buchanan.
We wrestled her in the finals actually in the RM Parks tournament in Wenatchee.
Yeah.
She is right. She rides tough, man, and she's looking good out there. We definitely struggled with her, and she beat us by pin in the second period. And I'm looking forward to see what she does in our section for sure. But it'd be nice to see her go outside of the section too, to go actually compete. You know what I mean? Like I think Buchanan's gonna hold her in the section only.
You okay there, Ramirez?
Yeah.
Making sure you're all right there, buddy. You eat some grass. Yeah, no. I'm kind of surprised. We're seeing a lot of girls in the southern section kind of just coming out early in wrestling. Usually there's like a little bit of a layoff, stuff like that. Of course, I haven't seen Milliken anywhere. I don't know if you guys have. Milliken always seems to show up and just roll deep, like 30 girls, and they're tough. That's one team I haven't seen yet. Let me see. Northview's just kind of playing peekaboo. I think you're not really seeing them yet. They'll show up at the end of the year and run. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, those are the ones that I think. How's Granada looking up there? Ramirez, is Granada's team overall?
No, they got some youth, some young girls willing to learn, and they battle. They did really good at my tournament because they came out. They did really good, and just little by little, Santos Delgadillo, who's the coach, little by little, he's exposing them to bigger and better stuff. But it's a slow process. I mean, I'm going to be dealing with that next year when I have a practically brand new team, low numbers, and I got to start back to square one where I was 5 years ago. So I know where he's at. I'm sure some of you guys have experienced some of that stuff. So it's just getting them in that mindset and understanding the sport and knowing every intricacy that a wrestler needs to know. And so he's there, and I'm sure next year I'll be right where he is right now, and he's going to be moving up. We lost to them by 6 points, and it just basically came down that I don't have lightweights, and so he got a lot of forfeits when we dueled because I don't have lightweights. I don't have nothing under 131.
Oh.
No, that's rough. It's funny because usually you'll get that cluster. They're all in one weight, and you gotta like bump them up and try to convince one to go down and try to.
I can't. Hey, dude, I wish, but none of them want to lose a leg or 2 legs.
None of them want to put the Takis down, or what?
Hey, they gotta lay off the sopes, huh?
It's beyond that, Josh. It's beyond that over here.
Dude, you walk within a block of any school in that area, dude, it's just Taki, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, just everywhere, strewn everywhere. It's ridiculous. But it doesn't help.
There's salads. There's salads, but they're in the torta, in the hamburger.
The salad's just decorating the cup of ranch.
Yeah, and let's not go there because the east side of the OC is like that as well. So let's not even go there.
Hey, that's not true. They can't chew that with no teeth. Anyhow,
Lord.
I coach the city section, so I still got love for the city section. I'm a little protected, even though I play with them. I was actually on there today, by the way. Met up with Grecia and her sister.
Hey, but going back to the city section, man, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be Birmingham, San Fernando going at it big time. Whether it's at a tournament, whether it's at our city section qualifier, they're going to be going at it. They got some good wrestlers.
They do, and it's funny too because they never put them all in at one time. You notice that? Like they'll have half their team in, the other half's kind of sitting.
Well, they can, and that's how they do. That's how they develop. I mean, you'll get like their half of their main girls and half of their new girls, and they mix it up like that. And kudos to them, man, because they're getting those new girls that experience necessary, and they have the role models that they see, that the girls that have been there and that are getting on the medal stands, and that just drives these girls, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree. You got to get them
they do it smart. Both schools do it smart.
Yeah, and the good thing too is that they're not just going JV and varsity and getting girls get the reps. They're putting them in the environment to know what's going to be expected of them when they get there.
They came with 18 JV girls to my tournament.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, those 18 JV girls, you'll see them at varsity tournaments later in the year, filling in holes for their A girls, and they're just learning along the way, like, hey, this is what's going to be expected of you. This is a competition. This is where you got to be working towards, that kind of stuff. It's super smart, you know, versus like just sending your girls to a JV tournament, you know. But again, they have the numbers, so it helps to have half the team be.
Yeah, the school population is like 3,000. I mean, they got numbers to pull from, which is great. You know, I'm just under 2,000 at mine, so, and I'm feeling it. But when you have 3,000 and you know, you got a school that supports athletics. I'm talking about Birmingham, you know, and that just says, hey, oh, you're going to this tournament? No problem. Here's a check, and we ordered you a chartered bus. When they could do that, you know, it's great. I mean, of course, why wouldn't a girl want to join that program?
Yeah, no, but I mean, on the other side of it too, you can't just sleep on that. Like Jimmy does do tournaments. He does a lot of stuff too to try to raise some money. But I do know that it is easier when you're doing that versus a public school in the LA City section.
Yeah. And you know, and let's go to a public school in the city section. San Fernando. They got it going on too, and they got the San Fernando Tigers, the kids club and stuff like that. So they're developing the kids from a young age. It's a community, you know. So if you wrestle at San Fernando, you have a kid, you're gonna send your kid there, you know.
Yeah, it's more than a community. It's like a cult. Like you're like ostracized.
No, it's a culture. There's a difference, and you should know better than anybody, Josh, because you wrestled at Calvary. So that recently was considered like a cult, and then they had to do a little bit of house cleaning and stuff like that. And I think people are starting to try to build it back up. They got the Valdez brothers out there, but that's a little bit more like a cult, where you do things or else. But versus like, you know what, it's generations of families going through a system, and you know. But I do know that there's been some talk of some wrestlers that maybe want to venture out, don't feel like they can, because their culture is based in that. Mom and dad are Tigers, you know, kids are Tigers now, and they feel like maybe they can't necessarily branch out the way they'd like to. But overall, it's more of a culture, not a cult, in my opinion. So that's the difference there. So, and I think Gamino's doing a good job at Golden Valley of creating a culture also. You see his team a couple years ago, you see them now, and it's the same girls, and they're growing. You know, and those younger girls are coming in, they're seeing the intensity, and they're seeing the level that's expected, and then those girls are going to raise up too, and that's when you start having that culture built, you know, especially when you're just building it. You know, him and Coach Weary are doing a good job. They support their kids. I mean, dude, I literally can't finish a sentence if I need to ask them for a venue. They're like, yes, right off the bat. You know, and if I send, you know, Gamino a message, hey, I'm having something, boom, he brings his girls. Doesn't matter. You know, so that's just a culture, and it takes a dedicated coach to build that. But
yeah, one of the things that about 4 years ago, I went to a tournament up there, and you know, I've never experienced this ever, and they had all the girls come down and, you know, do like a little like prayer to keep them safe, you know, because it was the beginning of the season and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of a classy move. I don't know if you guys still do that. I haven't been up there in a while, but you know, I really like that you guys did that. That showed not only that every girl, even though she's from another school, she's still family because she's a wrestler.
Yeah, that's something we've started with our JV guys when we first opened up the school. You know, something to kind of just let everyone know that we're here to wrestle, but we're also here to, as a community, to kind of support each other and everything. And, you know, as soon as we got our girls, like got our girl team started, and our girls tournament started, you know, we wanted to implement that as well to part of that, you know what I mean? And, you know, it, like you said, it's a big community. We're all wrestlers, and it's not, you know, it's not just, oh, it's, you know, your school versus my school. It's everyone coming together to do something good, you know what I mean? And it kind of like follows our kind of like our motto, you know what I mean, where we want to be a good person and a good student and a good athlete. And to be a good person, you know, we got to support each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you guys are still doing that, because that's classy. They all got tiaras. The champions got tiaras and stuff like that. That was kind of a nice touch as well, you know. And I hadn't seen that before in a tournament.
Yeah,
You know, now you see it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's the first time I'd seen it. So I know people try to copy it afterward, but yeah, they do a good job for sure. And another thing too is like, I think too, the kids are nervous when they first go out there, you know. So when you have, you know, Gamino's team out there doing that, it kind of puts the kids a little bit more at ease too. Like, okay, yeah, I'm not out here alone, you know, and all these things. It's a community, so that's big and that's good overall.
Yeah. And you know, and you big thing is, you know, where he really pushes it a lot. You know what I mean? And you know, I wrestled for Where back in the day, and you know, he's always kind of had that same mentality and stuff. Where we're all out there, we're all trying to be safe, and you know, it's kind of, you know, honestly thinks that where it stems out, you know, I'm just a messenger, you know what I mean? Where he's kind of where it started.
Yeah.
Hey, you get any ink done by him?
Me? No.
Dude, that guy's talent, dude. That guy's so talented.
Yeah, I've seen some of his drawings.
Yeah, he's offered, but no, I'm clean slate. Nah, I don't do needles. I don't do tattoos.
hey, Ramirez, have him touch up your lower back, dude.
No, I like those dolphins with the rainbow.
Okay. Pot of gold would have been nice.
Thanks.
All right, I'll show you mine. It came out good.
I've seen an enter sign before. Thanks.
Yeah. Two-way traffic. So we're all coaches, right? We all coach teams on some level, whether it's on in season, off season, stuff like that. Some of us cleared, some of us not. But overall, like you guys, what is something you guys always have to have with you when you're at a tournament? Like I see a lot of like EDC videos. I'm kind of into those right now. It's my thing. And I started thinking about it. Like, what are some of the things that coaches need to have in their bag at all times? Like something that's just like you got to have it, or you feel like you're naked. All right, go ahead, Ramirez.
Power strip.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Power strip with an extra like 6 foot cord, so you can plug in, and then all the girls can be plugged in, so that when they need to make that phone call to come pick me up at school to the parents, they have full charge.
That's smart right there. Hey, have you ever been at a tournament with Valdivia? You'll find a plug and you'll find him.
Yeah.
He's posted up with his charger and just creating.
Digs in. He's got to wait for the heavyweights only. So he's like, I don't got any lightweights. I'll be here for a couple hours. Falls asleep.
Yeah.
So, what about for you, Gamino? What do you got in your bag? What's a necessary thing in your bag?
Well, you know, if you see me at a tournament, usually I'm braiding girls' hairs and stuff. So I got brushes and combs in there. You know, just
and hair ties. Hair ties.
I got plenty of those. I make sure I buy in bulk those.
Yeah, dude. I used to carry them with me, and I would never tell the girls I had them all, but I had a bunch of them just stacked up because I knew, like, dude, these girls are gonna complain they don't have a hair tie at some point. Yep. So I'd walk around with them on all the time. But what about for you, Josh? You're going to a tournament. You only got a whopping one girl to worry about. So
my backpack usually just has tape, nose plugs. I need to start carrying an extra hairnet because now I got some more younger girls that somehow lose stuff all the time. Yeah. So those little hair caps, I need to grab an extra one of those.
Got one for you right here, bro. You need one. There you go, bro.
Shameless plug.
There you go. I'm just saying, dude. I mean, you guys Valdivia.
At our first tournament, I could have sold 30 of them. At our first lower level tournament we held the year, the refs let them wrestle without hairnets. There was so many, or hair caps. There was so many without them.
No. For me,
yeah, hair ties, extra hair cap, an extra piece of headgear. tape and nose plugs, and I think power strip. Man, those are some of the major necessities.
See, I'm just stingy. I just bring my Somar freaking battery pack. But I always have coaches asking me for it. I'm like, God dang it! Like, why did I tell anybody I had this? But yeah, dude, those things are great. Just external battery pack because Ramirez has the plug taken, so I can't get to it. So I just power.
Hey,
it.
dude, I'm only using one, and I'm making 6 to 8 of them. So
Hey, aren't all the plugs eye level for you though, Ramos?
I can't reach up. That's the problem. I can't see the top of the power strip. I'm gonna run back and then jump. Oh, got it. Plug.
Hey, you're lucky I'm on my phone. Otherwise, that stylus would come out and I'd work on something right now.
Oh man, yeah. That's another reason I carry a power strip too, or power pack, because I don't want to be embarrassed trying to reach up. Can you guys plug that in for me? So
Plays handball against the curb.
Only if I can find a partner. Oh man. But okay, so early picture for your sections. We got three sections on here right now. If you count Orange County as part of the southern section still, that's 3. What do you guys got? So Gamino, Central Section. How's your team race looking out? Let's hear the top 3, you think.
Top 3. I'm gonna have to give you 4 because it's gonna be a tight one this year, I think. Between Mount Whitney, us, Golden Valley, and then Ridgeview for the top position, and Selma might be somewhere in the mix there too. Selma, they have some hitters, but they don't seem as strong as they have been in the past few years.
Well, you had Jersey transfer out. You had Morales transfer out. They still got the Mendoza sisters. I'm sure they got a couple of new girls, freshmen coming in.
Yeah, I know they have like Nicole Smith. She's I saw her do well at Menachie. They have Pause out there, and she at 89s. Last time I saw her, she might drop to 70s, but she's looking tough. She gave Kvet, our 89 pounder, a run for her money at early on in the season, and it was so they got some girls, you know what I mean, but it's not as strong as the past few years. They do have a new heavyweight who's like brand new, and she's tough. She wrestled South High's Julissa Chavez in the Menachie finals, and gave her a bit of a battle for a little bit. And then, like I said, Mount Whitney's going to come out swinging. Ridgeview's looking tough, man. I know. I mean, with Genesis, Alzay, and I know they got Beatrice, who placed at Fargo this past summer. She just beat Shirani Donis from South High, who's a 2-time state two-time qualifier. Yeah, 2-time section champ, and this girl, like, this is her second year wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, I see, like, I saw her last year. We wrestled her before she unfortunately was ineligible. She even gave Asada a run for her money at the duels last year. Unfortunately, we won't see that rematch because Asada wants to weigh 1,000 pounds. But yeah, I know. So Ridgeview's got.
What happened with Asada last year at state?
She didn't go to state last year, man. She we had an injury. We got an injury at a sections. We got her shoulder dislocated, and we had a injury default out of the section tournament. So she didn't get.
Is that the one with the incident?
Yeah, that's right.
I guess that's a lesson learned for you guys, huh?
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, but I mean,
Josh, let me run this by you, Josh. Okay, you're wrestling.
Is that the extra blood time one?
No, there was no. We didn't get no extra blood time, no nothing.
It was extra injury time.
It was extra injury time.
So, how fair is this, Josh? Okay, just put it out there for what it is. Okay, you can tell me if I'm wrong, Gamino. This is how it went down. This is how I heard. Okay, yeah. So I'm a Golden Valley fan, so I was a little bit. I want to know if I'm biased on this. Okay, not that I'm an anti anybody else fan, but I am a Golden Valley fan. Okay, I'm looking forward to this girl being at state, so I'm asking about her. Like, hey, dude, where's she at? How does she do? Other coach tells me, like, dude, she got kind of hosed. What do you mean? She gets an injury. Okay, injury time wins out. The other team steps up and says, hey, it's cool. Take a little more time if you need it. She does. Okay. They wrestle the match. Golden Valley girl who went over her injury time, but was allowed to by the ref who agreed to let it go on because the other team said it's cool. Took a little more time. She ends up winning the match. After she wins the match, the team goes, oh, she went over her injury time. And the referee says, yeah, you're right. So they let them wrestle the match out. It didn't go the way they wanted, so they took the win away from the kid. Is that how it went down, Gamino?
Yep, that's exactly how it went. Well, you know, there was a big dispute afterwards. They called the head ref, the tournament director, and you know, it was a little. We were there for like 10 minutes discussing it, you know, and trying to come up with a conclusion. And you know, the head ref ended up making the claim that, you know, that she shouldn't have wrestled in the first place. That as soon as the time was over, she shouldn't have wrestled, and that you know anything past that was bad time, and no that you know whatever decision came out at the end that didn't matter. Yep.
So that's how that went down. So that was kind of rough. I don't know if I like that, but oh well. Moving on. I have all the faith in the world. You guys will get her back out there this year. So.
Oh yeah. She's ready, man. She's, you know what I mean? She's hungry. She knows what she wants. She knows who to go after and what to make happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So Ramirez, city section, top 3 to 5 teams. Who do you got?
So I'm gonna go with 4 right now. I'm thinking Granada Hills at number 4, maybe somewhere right around there. Just he's gonna build some tough girls right there. Like I said earlier, I already talked about them. LA Poly. I mean, they got some good girls. They got the Castaneda girls, Karina Vialta at the lighter weights. She's returning, Michelle Moreno, and then a couple of other new girls. So they got a core of girls that are like really, really good. And like I said, Natalie's only a 10th grader, and she's doing really good work. Then, of course, you know, it's going to be a pretty much toss-up, you know, between San Fernando and Birmingham at the 1-2 spot. They'll battle that out, you know. Either way, it's going to be one of them two. We get 3 qualifiers, so, you know, the 1 or 2 don't matter. We're going. Those girls will place. They got, like, at Birmingham, they got Giselle Garcia, they got Tiffany Calderon, Destiny Taufa Emma. Of course, you got the transfer when she's eligible to start wrestling, Estrada, you know, and they got a couple of other younger girls. There's one girl that really stood out in a couple of tournaments. I've seen her already. Smith is her last name. She's doing good. And one at the lighter is Ovendo, I think, from Birmingham, 9th grader. You know, got a lot of potential there. And San Fernando's got the Samantha girls, you know, they got Anaya, they got Lina Para there, you know, they got Alyssa Arana, who's, you know, gone through the system. And so they got some good numbers there. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, with the weight movements and everything that they got going on. The rest of us, you know, will be fighting for those number 2 spots, and in some cases, you know, we're going to be fighting for the number 1s. I mean, I know for me, you know, we're going to be battling in the heavyweight division, you know, the 235 and the 189. We're going to be fighting for the number 1 spot. So, you know, that's where we're at right now at the city section. And like I said, man, we're not all of us have full teams, so I think we're going to get a lot of here and there girls, you know, from different teams that are gonna spread up and surprise some people too. And that's what we got to be careful of, especially my 2 main ones. You know, I got to make sure that nobody creeps up on us. Eileen Rosales from San Fernando is getting way better against us all the time. Every time she's getting way better against us, so we got to keep an eye on her.
Yeah. What about for you, Josh? Southern section. Give me
I'd say right now, I'm thinking Walnut might be the team to beat as far as I'm gonna say Walnut, Corona, Kennedy's got pretty deep. What they got
You got 3 cowboy hats this weekend.
yeah, they got Jesse's sisters, the twins. I can't think their names slipped me, but
yeah.
those transfers.
Devin Gomez.
The Gomez girls, Devin and Dana. And then who else? There's one other. I'm missing a team.
Northview?
Yeah, Northview. There you go, because they're never at any tournaments.
Yeah.
You never know where they're going to be. I think it's going to be between Walnut and Northview, because they're both pretty deep. Corona, they got a couple sporadic, like a couple real tough lower weights, a couple tough upper weights. I just don't think they have the depth that maybe Walnut and Northview do.
Yeah. No, I see like Walnut did a lot of work in the offseason. They teamed up with Pounders and stuff like that. So they're giving their kids different looks, and then they come into the season, their kids got that, working out in the same room as, Bowman and some of these other kids. It's like that stuff's gonna rub off, and then of course you got coaches that are dedicated, stuff like that. Makes a big difference. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I think in the Central, I think Whitney's probably going to be the team to beat. They got some hammers in there.
Yep.
Like it's really hard when when you have, several girls that are real good, it's kind of hard to beat, and you hope that your depth can overtake it. But the Central is getting more and more competitive equally across the board. So it's kind of like who's going to have that day, and it could cost you if your girls don't have that day. So, as much as I love Golden Valley, I think that's going to come down to them just wrestling the way they know they can, the way they've been prepared to wrestle, and just not having stress, but just performing. City section, oh my gosh, it's the battle of pre-made versus homemade.
Well, you know what? I forgot about Katie Gomez, and I forgot about Viviana Garcia, and stuff like that too. Those are our phenoms, our 9th grade phenoms right there.
Yeah,
So
you got pre-made versus homemade, and you got Chloe D'Souza, you got Leah Rollins, you got girls that came from other Granada that are tough, that are transferring over to Birmingham and just filling in those holes. Jimmy was on last week and he was pretty open about it. Like, it's not really his fault. Girls want to see success and want to be a part of it, but you got to respect, the other side of it too, where San Fernando is homemade, homemaking their girls. I'd be interested to see Paloma Valley and Walnut at the same tournament. I don't know, have they been at the same tournament full team yet? Because Paloma Valley's deep. They got some good coaches. I think they got some girls that are going to step up at the end of the year, especially.
every year they got some hammers on their team, Paloma Valley.
Yeah, so they do a good job.
What about further north, man? What do we got up north?
We're trying to get some people to come on. We had a couple people that were recommended, but we got to give them a heads up. We got to try to work them in. I would like to get,
but what I'm talking about team wise, like that we know of.
I mean, we don't know.
Albany was the highest north section team, right?
Yeah, Albany's always real tough. Jason does a good job with them.
TOC.
Yeah, Menlo Atherton.
Yeah, Atherton.
Yeah.
Usually has, they had that one girl. Gosh, I'm forgetting her name. She's a diamonds weight for a while, 160 when Diamond won state. But they had a good 160 for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
Or
Yeah, they have a pretty tough team. Like I said, I really want to get some coaches up from the north on here too, give us that perspective, so we know, what we're looking at. We don't want to overlook them or be disrespectful to them because they got some girls up there that are hammers. So hopefully we can see them come through.
You better run, you better run, dude. The sirens are coming.
Coming closer, dude. I'll be over that fence real quick.
Monsters are pretty tough.
Oh, did you see Mario's daughter got cleared?
Yeah.
Speaking of not seeing her anywhere, she's a state qualifier. She got cleared. She transferred from Elk Grove over to Folsom to wrestle for national runner-up at Fargo, Tiana Camus. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how she progresses in that room without Dad in the corner during the season.
I think Nick Maribel's in that room too, right? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's what I heard too. I think we heard it from the same source. So that'll be interesting. So yeah, so those are the teams I think overall that I want to see, go at it. I have a question for you guys though. We've talked about reffing for a while, and I want to give you guys a picture to look at here, and you guys kind of tell me what you see. So go here, boom, and then boom. Okay, so let me go back this way again. Referee's talking. So here we go. You have this is Kirsten Bush. She wrestles in Utah. Kirsten's Somar girl, so obviously I'm a little bit sensitive on this. But Kirsten wrestles in Utah. They don't have a girls division. They do have some girl tournaments, stuff like that, but she's got to wrestle the boys, and she does well. But as you can see here, she's in an armbar below the elbow, looking like it's going parallel here. Referee appears to be on top of it. Doesn't call it. Kirsten ends up with a dislocated shoulder. Like, is there any way that you as a parent or a coach see this, if this is your wrestler, and think that there's any way you didn't see this?
Yeah, no, to be honest, I would lose my head, man. Like,
and especially when it's a dislocated shoulder. I mean, one of the top girls in the country.
Yeah, it looks like it's going forward too. So it's not like it's just like it slipped out and there's a half on the other side or something.
It looks like that's where
yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I needed your guys' opinion because I did see this and I was like, he looks like he's right on top of this. Like, he looks like, but in the comments I was reading of this picture, seems to be that this referee in question has had a history of maybe not being supportive of girls wrestling. I don't know personally. That was just the comments I was reading. So,
well, one of the things that we've talked about is that, we know that the girls are a little bit more flexible than the guys, stuff like that. And since they don't have that experience, they might not know how far for a girl. And like you said, he doesn't have a lot of experience with girls wrestling. So that might be a negative on him as well as the association that assigned him to ref these matches. And that's where they got to get a little bit smarter when they know there's girls in their tournaments. They got to come together as the refs and huddle up and talk about, hey, we got a couple of girls here. Remember, they're a little more flexible, so their shoulder girdle can go a little farther, but not that far. I don't know. I'm just throwing possibilities out there. I'm not giving the guy an excuse or anything like that. But I know that's one of the things that when we first started coaching the girls out here in the LA section, and we had refs that were like first time coaching or reffing girl matches, that was the discussion,
Yeah, but I think in that situation right there, that's textbook. Textbook rule, application, everything comes into play there. Potentially dangerous.
That's a video, right?
That was a video, but that was a still shot of the video. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless, like guy or girl, whoever at any level of wrestling, that hand comes above 90. Refs should be calling that, and at least from what I saw in the picture, I mean, he saw clearly that hand was up by the head. You know what I mean, like,
and below the elbow.
Yeah,
and below the elbow.
There's no way he should have missed that at all. That's poor reffing on his part, I think.
And the reason I highlight that elbow is because if you go across and you're below the elbow, you lose that arm. You know what I'm saying? That arm slips out. As soon as you're below the elbow and you go across, that arm lips and it's out. You have to be coming up with pressure to keep that arm if you're below the elbow. So that's the reason that I'm highlighting the elbow in that situation. So I don't know. Interesting to me. But
and I'm not saying like every ref should be perfect or anything like that. I mean, it'd be nice, but that's one thing that, I mean, there's some calls that are, you know, like, okay, it's left for interpretation, but not that. No chance.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, there's a difference between like a situation where it's like, oh, you could overlook it, and one where you're right on top of it, and it's textbook. This is not supposed to happen, you know. And yeah, I mean, if that's my kid, man, I'm having a tough time. I'm having a real tough time with it. So, yeah, I don't know, but just thought I'd get your guys' thoughts on it overall. Before we let you guys go, did you guys see Zahid Valencia go down to Mark Hall?
Man, I didn't get to see it, but I heard about it. Hey, I'm a big Zahid fan. You know what I mean? He does the dang thing, but to lose to Mark Hall, I mean, I understand. You know, Mark Hall is a great wrestler, and it's at Penn State. He wasn't gonna against anyone else. He would have wrecked them, but he definitely you know, put on a show for them this weekend.
Yeah. What about you, Josh? How do you feel about that?
I saw it. I mean, they've been close. Mark Hall was one headgear pull away from NCAA's 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Headgear pull away.
Put it on him the last time they wrestled. To me, honestly, it just shows how good the Penn State coaching staff is and how Arizona State necessarily has some growth to do. Yeah. Because there's no way Zahid should go from being runner-up at Final X to, you know, not being able to take down Mark Hall. Like, Mark Hall is tough, trust me. But Zahid knows how to finish low on him. Zahid's, you know, what is he, 11-2 against him now, lifetime. He knows how to score on him. But he got dominated in every position. He couldn't ride him. He couldn't get out, and he got taken down. That
kind of got beat up too. It was pretty physical. Yeah, Mark Hall was getting
Mark
after.
Hall was throwing hands. I was like, man. You just throw Pico on him. Pico seems to just be the anti Penn State, the cure to Penn State. So yeah, I just want to get your guys' thoughts on that because yeah, I'm a Zahid fan like you guys for sure. So, but alrighty, fellas. With that being said, we want to thank Coach Gamino for joining us on short notice. Also, we just literally just picked up the phone, texted him, and was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm going on the podcast." Freaking awesome.
Yeah, whenever you guys, I'm available. It's not like I do much on Sundays.
Sweet. Sundays 8:30, brother. Mark it on your calendar. Sundays 8:30. The man Gamino. Need you on the podcast for that central area. We got to find a northern person. We will, since we don't have one anymore. Anything for us, Josh?
No, it's good. We're in season. We got a couple big tournaments left and a couple little ones, and we're off to CIF, man. It's going quick.
Hey, are we gonna do a live podcast from the finals of your tournament?
Yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna get the feed, the video feed, and our commentary.
All right, so that means that Gamino, since you're on the podcast now, you will be helping us do the rankings for next week.
Gotcha.
So you and I and Ramirez will be doing state rankings. So we'll have input from you guys. And like I said, hoping to get somebody from the north involved so we can get everybody involved. So, all righty, fellas. With that being said, let's finish it out so we can let you guys have your Sunday back. So. In the subways, they raw trains running alongside it. See, motherfucker, we don't play for that.